first article, which is worse, hurricanes or tornadoes to you? Early one Saturday in August 1992, South Floridians discovered they had 48 hours to get ready for Hurricane Andrew. It is considered one of the nation's worst hurricanes ever. Oklahomians got only 16 minutes before Monday's tornado hit, and that was more time than most past twisters allowed. Floridians debate which disaster they'd rather have. Hurricanes have many cons. The winds and wave surges can cause wide damages. But they're the one threat we can see coming, said Craig Fugate, director of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. No excuse for not preparing. Since hurricanes come with warnings, there's no excuse for not being prepared, Fugate said. Yet studies show that 2 of every 3 Floridians aren't ready. That's even with hurricane season starting on June 1st. Preparation helped only a little in Moore, Oklahoma last Monday. Monday's tornado was rated an EF5. EF is short for Enhanced Fajita Scale, which measures a tornado's wind speed and damage. The Moore's tornado's wind topped 200 to 210 miles per hour and was 1.3 miles wide. It was tracked on the ground for 50 minutes. Its damage zone was more than 17 miles wide. Oklahoma said damages could top more from last year's Missouri tornado. That storm caused about $2 billion in damages. Tornadoes cover a smaller area than hurricanes and last just minutes. Monday's twister traveled 17 miles. A tornado of EF2 or more, winds of 111 to 165 miles per hour, can destroy a structure in 4 seconds. But only 1 in 4 tornadoes have wind speeds at 110 miles per hour or greater. That speed would be a major hurricane. Hurricanes can be hundreds of miles wide, and they can plow across thousands of miles for days. Even power outages often cover a large area. Wilma, in 2005, knocked out power for weeks. 6 million Florida households were affected. Killer winds. Tornadoes are windstorm, but there can be very different effects from those winds. Damage at 111 miles per hour is 21 times that of a 75 mile per hour minimum strength hurricane. That is according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. At 155 miles per hour, the damage is multiplied by 330. At 190 miles per hour, it's multiplied 1,696 times. Last Monday's tornado topped that level, if only for seconds. Tornadoes can do major damage in a short time. However, hurricanes have many ways to damage lives and property. Hurricane winds can reach 155 miles per hour and can last for hours. As a result, they usually cause more property damage than deaths. The strongest winds of Hurricane Francis stayed in Florida's Treasure Coast on the Atlantic Ocean. Only a tiny corner of Palm Beach County experienced such gusts, but the storm pounded the area for 2 days. That created as much damage as a stronger, shorter storm. Hurricane Andrew was a Category 5 storm. It had winds up to 165 miles per hour. As many as 500,000 people felt those winds. Because people took precautions, only 15 died in South Florida. Category 5 is the strongest hurricane. Effects. A slow-moving hurricane can produce much more rainfall than a swifter, stronger one. Andrew's rainfall topped out at 8 inches. Isaac was hundreds of miles out in the Gulf of Mexico last year, yet it dropped as much as 17 inches of rain on parts of Florida. Twisters can be associated with heavy rain, but don't directly cause it. A storm surge is a hurricane's most dangerous aspect. A rising tide and breaking waves can start hours before the storm. It can flood buildings and drown people miles inland. Hurricanes can create tornadoes. Twisters typically form on the edge of hurricanes. They mostly form in or ahead of the storm's most powerful part, its front right section. In 1988, Hurricane Gilbert's eye passed into Mexico, but it produced 41 tornadoes in Texas. Several hit San Antonio, about 350 miles from landfall. But a strong tornado might not damage Florida as much. In Florida, the homes are built to be wind resistant, said Remington Brown, a home safety expert. He said homes in the Midwest area are less sturdy. Buildings in Florida can hold winds up to 140 miles per hour, yet Midwest buildings might be built for 90 miles per hour, Brown said.